Historians have long struggled with identifying Ester Hamalkah Queen Ester. Assuming that Achashveirosh is Xerxes, the fourth known famous Persian king, the problem is that his queen doesn't seem to be anything like Queen Esther. The historians Herodotus says that the wife of this Xerxes, this Achashveirosh, her name is Amestris. Now Amestris could sound like Esther, it has the S and the T, but she was the daughter of a military commander. Not Ester Hamalkah, the daughter of Mordechai. So there's three possible options that are generally given. One of them is that Amestris is not in fact Queen Esther. It's talking about Vashti, which was Achashveirosh's first wife. The problem with that is that that the historical record seems to have that this Amestris was the queen. She outlived Achashveirosh, and we know that Vashti gets killed in the beginning of the Megillah. The second option is given, is that although that there was the queen Amestris, she was the main queen, and Ester Hamalkah was another wife, but she wasn't the main queen. Again, that doesn't stem with the Megillah. The Megillah seems to say Ad Chatzi HaMalchus, seems to be that Ester Hamalkah was the main Malkah of Achashveirosh. So the third option that's given is that historians got it wrong. They very often it's not first-hand accounts. Herodotus was not known to have been in Persia, to have ever come into Persia, and his account is wrong. It was just word of mouth, and he got it wrong. They also add, and I saw this in the Svarim blog, that Ester Hamalkah's, we know that she was Bas Avichayil. Avichayil means general. And they want to say that that's how the historians got it wrong, but really Ester Hamalkah was the real king. She is Amestris, and the historians got it wrong, and but it really she was the daughter of Mordechai. I want to just suggest that we know that Mordechai was actually a general. We know there's a famous Chazal. Rashi brings it down in the Megillah. We know when Haman comes back from Ester Hamalkah's Suda, and he passes by Mordechai, so the Targum over there says the reason why he was so upset is because Mordechai showed him on his shoe he had a star. What was the star? So Rashi also brings it down in the Megillah in Pasuk Yud Gimel that Mordechai and Haman were once sent to some military to conquer a foreign land by Achashveirosh, and they were given a certain amount of money, and Haman blew through the money. He spent it on Narishkeit, and he spent the money, and he couldn't feed his troops. Mordechai was more frugal, and he still had his account. So Haman came begging to Mordechai to help him to finance his troops. And Mordechai said, "No problem, I'll help you out, but only if you sign to me that you're an eved, or an eved you're an eved to me." And so Haman signed on Mordechai's shoe. It said, Haman avdei shel Mordechai mocha nafshe Mordechai b'kikar lechem. And that's, the Gemara references it, the Gemara in Megillah also references it, but that's that story, the Gemara in Tezvav Amid Alpha Megillah. So that's the story that we know that Mordechai and Haman was sent for this excursion as military commanders, and Haman had to sell himself as an eved to Mordechai. But what we see is that Mordechai was in fact the military commander. So historians are right they say that Amestris was the daughter of a military commander, that they're right. Because she was the daughter of Mordechai, and Mordechai was a military commander. Obviously, the historians and the Persians might want to paint it the way they want, but they got the basic fact right, that he was a military commander. And more than that, it could be that's the lashon of Bas Avichayil. I'm not even sure, but maybe Bas Avichayil means that. But the bottom line is that it could be that Amestris is Esther. She was the main queen. She did outlive Achashveirosh, and she was in fact the daughter of a military commander who was Mordechai Tzaddik.